Welcome to our Restore session today. So today's session, we are going to do a short sequence for menopause. And this is a restorative style of yoga that I like to call Restore. And we're going to be focusing on some of the issues and ailments that women sometimes experience during menopause. Okay, so don't worry too much about how much you can do. It's about resting into the posture, relaxing into it, and just to enjoy. Okay, so I have with me my sturdy bolster here. If you haven't got one, don't worry about it. You can roll up a blanket or you can use pillows. I have lots of pillows and cushions here as well. I have a strap. If you have one of these, fantastic. If not, you can use a tie. You don't need any fancy equipment for yoga. And obviously my yoga mat. Okay, so we'll get started. So if you just want to come to the middle of your mat in a nice seated position, so whatever is comfortable for you. So if that is simple cross-legged, that's fantastic. If it's half lotus or full lotus, possibly Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose, or even just hero pose. Okay, so whatever is comfortable for you. And just placing your hands on your thighs, on your knees. Just release the shoulders. Inhale, take a nice deep exhale. And just bring your awareness to the breath. So keeping those eyes closed, allowing them to gently close, allow them to feel heavy and warm and relaxed. And every time I use the singing bowl, I want you to exhale deeply. Inhale, exhale. And with each exhale, just relaxing into the mat, connecting with the mat, grounding a little bit more. Nice long extended exhale. Inhale. One more nice long deep exhale. And just keeping the eyes closed. I want you to bring awareness to your body. So we begin this session with sense. This is when we become aware of our surrounding environment, what's going on around about us, but what's going on inside of us as well. So keeping those eyes closed, I want you first of all to listen. Listen to what's going on around about you. Is there complete silence? I assume there's probably traffic outside. If you live in the country, perhaps you can hear birds, or animals, or insects, if you're somewhere nice and tropical. Just continuing to breathe in and out through the nose, not forcing the breath, nice and naturally, nice and relaxed. Just becoming aware of your surroundings. What's going on around about you? So we don't want to shut this out just now. We want to bring awareness. Is it warm? Is it cold? What noises can you hear? Keeping the eyes closed. I don't want you to look around. Being aware of the body connecting with the mat. So whichever posture you've chosen for your beginning position, connecting with the mat, grounding into the mat. And with each exhale, feeling the body sink deeper into the mat, connecting with the earth. And as we find and accept your position in this day, in this place, on our mat, we accept where we are right now, in life and in this moment. Remembering to breathe. And every time we exhale, just relaxing a little more. Now, several times throughout the practice, I will use the singing bowl just to remind you to exhale. Sometimes we hold our breath and we forget to breathe. And that's okay. Just exhale and release. So now that we're aware of our outer environment, I want you to bring your attention to the physical body. What is going on with you physically right now? Are you warm? Are you cold? Is there a breeze from a fan or air conditioning? Can you feel a heater nearby? What else are you experiencing? So external things touching you from round about. Okay, touching you physically. What can you physically smell? Are you burning incense, a scented candle? Can you smell breakfast? Can you smell your son? What can you smell? Just being aware of everything around about you and bringing this into how you feel physically. What is going on with your physical body, the food sheath, the physical layer of the body? Do you have goose pimples? Do you feel tired? Did you sleep well last night? So I want you to think about how you feel physically. Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling uptight? Are you aware of any physical tension in your body? So bring your awareness to that. Bring your awareness to where you're holding that tension. Is it in your chest, shoulders, neck, back? Sense where you're holding that tension. Sense your physicality. What are you feeling physically in this moment, in your physical body? Do your hips feel tight? Are your knees quite sore? If you're uncomfortable, change your position. Restore is restorative. It is not about stretching to the ultimate limit. It's about finding comfort in the space. So find a comfortable seat and just really fully slide into your physical body. Bring awareness to the body. Gently scanning from the top of the head, the crown chakra, all the way down over the face, the neck, the chest, the abdomen, groin, the hips, all the way down the legs to the tips of the toes, very quickly scanning from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, bringing awareness to every single part of your body. And just remembering to breathe. And remember, this is restore. It's about finding comfort in your space, not about pushing to the limit. It's about finding balance. It's a very yin practice, okay? When I say that, I don't mean yin yoga. I mean, it's a very feminine, it's a receptive and a restorative practice. To tap into that yin element and allow yourself to deeply relax. And breathe. And taking that attention even further inward now. So we're bringing that attention to how we're feeling emotionally. So outside of our physicality, out of the heat, the cold, the physical sensations and aches and pains that we might be feeling, how are we feeling inside? So we may have located areas of tension in the body, and we're releasing this tension with each exhale, allowing ourselves to sink into the mat, sink into the ground, connect with the earth. So we're connecting into our emotions. Now, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Tired, stressed, busy, energetic, happy. What is going on inside you right now? Because whatever you're feeling is absolutely okay. And I want you in this moment just to accept exactly where you are physically in your life, in this moment, on this mat, how your body feels, how your mind feels, how you feel emotionally, all of these things. Just accept them as is. It doesn't mean they're right or wrong. They just are what they are right now. And our main focus is to relax, to release, and restore the energy levels, enthusiasm for life that we need through this practice. And breathe. And now we're going to move on to our breath practice. So we're going to practice the full yoga belly's breath here. We're going to breathe in for 4 and out for 8. So we're going to breathe in through the nose this time and out through the mouth. Okay, you can breathe out through the nose. It's completely up to you. But I want you to inhale and then exhale for twice as long. So if you're breathing in for 2, out for 4. If you're breathing in for 1, out for 2. Okay, so whatever works for you. I'm going to count for 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's too much. 3 and 6 is fine. 2 and 4. Inhale for 4. Out for double. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth, whatever works best for you. Inhaling again. And on the count, exhale. 2 more rounds. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Burn of the breath, 1 more. In for 4. Out for 8. Just make sure that exhale is twice as long. Nice long extended exhale. And with that exhale, releasing any residual tension or stress or worries you've had about the day ahead. And now returning to normal breathing, we're going to begin in Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined cobbler's pose. Okay, so I want you to come onto your mat with your feet about hip width apart and the soles of your feet flat on the mat. I then want you to come back onto your elbows and very slowly bring yourself down onto the mat. Now, if you are using a bolster, you can position the bolster. You don't need to use one, but if you are using a bolster, you can position that at the bottom of the spine, okay? I'm going to come back onto the elbows very slowly and just place the head on the bolster. We're going to then bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to gently slide out. And we're going to allow those palms to face up to the ceiling. Now, if you want, you can use blocks or pillows or rolled up blankets underneath the knees, especially you can use as many as you want to create height. So if you have tight hips, that's not a problem. Okay, so for example, and then slowly reclining back into the posture, allowing those hips to gently open as much as they can. Now, you might be up here, you might be down here, it's absolutely okay. Palms facing up to the sky, unclenching the fists. Now, you can take those feet further away from the groin if that's more comfortable for you. They do not have to be up next to the womb space, okay? We can take those feet as far down the mat as you wish. Opening and relaxing those shoulders, chest, and the heart for breathing. Keeping the eyes gently closed. Relax the jaw. You can move those feet up and down until you find your comfortable butterfly position, round angle cobbler. And just breathing in and out, breathing naturally now. In and out through the nose. Inhale, equaling exhale. Again, being aware of any residual tension, allowing it to leave the body on the exhale. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face. Allow the body to sink back into the bolster, into the mat. Find a comfortable place to just be, to just breathe. And allow a smile to gently form on the lips. Allow the tongue to lie limp in the mouth. Inhale, following exhale. Release, relax, restore. We don't have to be anywhere. We don't have to do anything. Not pushing our body to do anything that's not comfortable. Feel free to move around until you are comfortable. You can use props, you can remove props, moving the feet up and down closer, further from the body. Tensing and releasing the shoulders, wiggling the spine along the bolster or mat. I am strong and healthy. I accept the coming changes and challenges in my life. I let go of any tension that has accumulated in my body over the past 24 hours. I release it back to the universe. And with each exhale, I relax a little more. And remember to smile. Facial muscles relax. And if you notice any thoughts coming into your mind, just acknowledge them like clouds in a sky. See them and let them go. Don't beat yourself up because you've thought of something else. Just bring the attention back to the breath. The reclined cobbler's pose is fantastic for decreasing stress. It's also very beneficial for hot flashes and night sweats. Also very good for releasing tightness in the hips, shoulders, the upper back and the neck. If you're suffering from knee pain, feel free to modify the posture. You can take the feet flat on the mat. You can take the knees together, or you can choose simple savasana with the toes gently pointing out, whichever works for you. Just relax into the posture. Scanning the body, any last areas of tension, allowing them to release. Remembering to breathe. Being aware of any of those external elements that we noticed when we began to sense the traffic, children, TV in the background. Be aware of them, but keep bringing the attention back to the breath. Being aware how the physical body feels and respecting that, adapting the practice for what you need right now. So take a couple of more nice deep breaths here, not forcing the breath. Inhale, exhale. Remember to smile. And on the next inhale, we're going to very slowly move up onto the elbows, onto the hands, and we're going to gently turn over onto tabletop position. And again, we can use the bolster if we want to here, or we can use some cushions. And from here, we're going to come in to Balasana or Child's Pose. Okay, so I'll show you first of all using the bolster. So we can keep the knees together. If we keep the knees together, we feel a nicer stretch in the lower back. If you are pregnant or it's just not comfortable for you, you can take the knees slightly further apart. Just turning the toes under, coming back, and just resting the head. You can rest sideways or the forehead on the mat, whatever is available and comfortable for you. And just placing those hands either side of the bolster. Okay. If we're not using the bolster, just simply using the mat. Okay, stretching those fingertips up towards the end of the mat and then allow them to relax and release. So we're not extending, we're not stretching here, we're stretching and then relaxing into it. And again, allow those eyes to gently close. Just making yourself comfortable. You can take the knees out in, you can play around with that until it becomes comfortable for you. Focusing on the breath, bringing your attention to that breath. Just make sure you're not holding it, just breathing naturally. And just release into that posture. Now, if it's not comfortable to have the hands on the bolster or out in front, more of a balasana, extended child's pose, you can take those hands down towards the side of the body too, resting on the back of the hands. And just relax and breathe. And if your mind is thinking about what's for lunch, or what did my son say this morning? What did she mean by that? Or if random incidents from 20 years ago are going through your head, it's absolutely okay. Just acknowledge these things, see them, and let them go. And allow yourself to smile and just continue to breathe. You don't have to be anywhere or do anything right now. Just breathe in through the nose, being aware of the turn in the breath. Exhale. And just relaxing, allow the body to become comfortable and heavy and relaxed, sinking down into the mat, into the bolster, into your rolled up blanket, whichever props work for you. This is a very personalized practice. Relaxing the muscles of the face, allowing a smile to form on the lips. You don't have to stay statically still. You can move if you're uncomfortable. You can move from side to side. You can change the position of your hands, the position of your knees. Remember, this is about respecting what your body wants, not about pushing it. It's about being comfortable and relaxed in the position. This is restore. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, following exhale. Allow yourself this time to release. Breathing in, breathing out. A few more breaths here. Remembering to breathe, not forcing that breath, just becoming aware of the breath. Inhale, following exhale. And on the next inhale, just coming up to tabletop position. Okay, so the hands will be directly under the shoulders. The knees will be directly under the hips. So you'll have a nice rectangle space between the hands and the knees. And we're going to turn those toes under. So the front of the feet are on the mat. And we're going to bend those elbows slightly so they don't lock out. Okay. And on the inhale, we're going to curl that navel down towards the mat as the head gently looks up towards the third eye, chakra, between the eyebrows. And on the exhale, we're going to curl back down again, so slowly. So now we're looking towards the navel, and the back is arching up like a cat. And I want you to really slow this Bidalasana, this cat curl, down so that you can feel every vertebrae of the spine as you curl up, looking up between the eyebrows, navel pointed down towards the mat, and then releasing ever so slowly, being aware, bringing that awareness as you breathe to every single vertebrae of the spine, curling inwards, looking towards the navel, arching that back like a cat. And then inhale again as we push down into the hands and the navel moves down towards the mat. We look up between the eyes towards the third eye chakra. And on the exhale, curling up again, curling up like a cat, arching that spine, looking towards the navel. Last one. Inhale, looking up. Take this one as slowly as is possible. Okay, so slow, slow, slow. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling. Try to make that motion nice and smooth and slow. Looking towards that navel. Really push up into the shoulders. Really pull up with the shoulder blades, pushing into the hands. And exhale. Inhale. Again, coming up. Releasing every single vertebrae as we exhale so slowly. You may hear things crack and pop, and that's absolutely fine. And Budalasana is fantastic, again, for osteoporosis and arthritis, where it's available. It's all about feeling comfortable. Very good for lowering blood pressure, easing anxiety and depression, and just general flexibility. And coming back to tabletop. And from here, we're going to move in to pigeon pose. Again, we can use our bolster for this if we choose to. So taking the hands either side of the bolster from tabletop position, we're going to take the right knee between the hands and take that left leg back. Okay. Now, again, we may need modifications here if the right button is very high up in the sky, or we need some support. We can use a block or a cushion here, because it's about making it comfortable. If we have to come into a mermaid posture, that's absolutely fine. Not everyone can take the leg out straight out to the back. So if we need some comfort there, that's absolutely fine. And we're just going to walk those fingertips forward. Again, it's about finding that comfortable position. Now, not everyone is going to be able to come down onto the forearms or place their head down here. So if this is what's comfortable for you, again, that's absolutely fine. We can place, again, numerous cushions, props, rolled up blankets on top of our bolster. And we can come to here, resting in the forearms, or if it's available to us, we can come down a little bit further. Again, resting on the side, on the forehead, whatever works for you. Now, something nice to do when we come into pigeon is to rock from side to side as well. This releases any tension in the hips and the groin. It feels lovely, so just close those eyes and allow yourself to gently rock from side to side, remembering to breathe. Again, taking this super slow, just as slow as we did the cat curls. So just rocking gently, slowly, backwards and forwards. Releasing those knees, practicing caution if we have knee pain here. If we have knee pain, we can just come in to seated forward bend or savasana. Walking slowly from side to side. And if those thoughts are starting to come into your mind now, and you're starting to think, I could be at the gym, I could be doing headstands, why am I doing this? And just remind yourself to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Every posture we practice here is powering up your body, restoring your body for its most important and basic functions. This posture is fantastic for sciatica as well. A very calming posture, very good for depression. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Allow your tongue to lie limp in your mouth so the muscles of the face are relaxed. And you can stop rocking, or you can keep going, absolutely up to you. And you can just rest the head on the bolster on the mat and find a comfortable place of stillness. And continue to breathe. Keeping the eyes closed. My body is warm and heavy and relaxed. I feel my body opening up to the possibilities of the future I have before me, of the adventures I am yet to have. I love and respect my body, and I look forward to the future with optimism and excitement. Just remain in pigeon, remembering to breathe, becoming aware of any of those thoughts that are going through your head, and just let them go. Finding that comfortable position. If it becomes uncomfortable, come out of it. It's not about discomfort. It's about finding your comfortable space. Being aware of those external surroundings, respecting how you feel in the physical body, but also in the mind. I am feeling tense. I let go of that tension. And on the next inhale, we are going to bring the right knee back so that we're back into tabletop position. Okay, we're going to turn the toes under. We're going to push into the hands and come up into a very gentle Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Okay, and we're just going to walk that dog. So gently pedaling the feet. This is not about getting heels to the mat. This is about stretching out the calves and the hamstrings and the lower back. All the way down, cervical spine, thoracic spine, all the way down. Releasing and relaxing. And just playing with that dog, so no rules here. Coming onto the tiptoes, bending the knees, moving from side to side. And then finding some stillness in your dog. And from here, we're going to take the left knee forward between the hands and extend the right leg out. Okay, so the opposite of what we've just done. Again, we can use our bolster, or cushions, whatever we have available. And we're just going to walk forward on to the fronts of the arms, if that's available. Placing the head down. If that's not available, that's no problem, guys. You stay on your hands up here. You can come onto the fingertips. You can walk the hands back for more of a back bend. This is your pigeon pose. You can make this what you want. Just closing the eyes, tuning back into the breath, grounding into the mat, into the earth, into the moment. Breathing in and out through the nose. Don't worry about the breath. Don't force the breath, just breathe. Just allow it to be. So we can be moving, rocking side to side with our pigeon, and we can take that as deep as we wish, feeling the hips and the groin opening up. As we bend forward, just rocking side to side. Again, we can be using props under the buttocks if we wish to do that too. Okay, so they can be placed under here to give more support and comfort. Whatever you need in this posture, take it now. And just breathe. Keeping the eyes closed. Acknowledge the thought as they pass through your head and let them go. I am strong. I am confident. I am beautiful. You don't have to think about anything now. Just remember to breathe. Inhale, turn of the breath. Exhale, just enjoying this release. Asana, pigeon pose. From here, we're going to open our eyes. We're going to gently bring that left knee back so that we have our nice rectangle again, our tabletop position. And from here, we're going to actually come into wide leg seated forward bend, okay? So just come onto your mat sideways or whatever way works for you to see what we're doing here. And again, we can be using our bolster here. You can see how useful this is when you're practicing restorative yoga. So the bolster in front of you. Now, if wide leg seated forward bend is not available to you, you can sit in cross-legged. You can sit with the soles of the feet on the floor as well. If you do have seated forward bend, you can extend the legs out. It doesn't have to be far. I don't want your legs out in sideways split. That's not what we're looking for, okay? What we're looking for is comfort. So take those legs as comfortable as you need. Make sure they're nice and comfortable. We can also be placing blocks and pillows underneath the bent knees. Soles of the feet can move towards the bolster. Again, we don't need to use a bolster, but it is comfortable to do so. Or we can take those soles out, or we can take the soles to the mat. Again, it's about finding what's comfortable for you, a posture that you can relax into. Okay. So finding your position, moving around, using your props. Okay, we can use more props here as well. We can use these on top of our bolster, if this is what's going to work for us. And we can just bring the forearms on to the bolster. Okay, if this is what's comfortable for us, we can extend over the top. We can take the head down to the bolster or the pillows or the blocks and just drop gently from side to side. Now this is just releasing the bottom of the spine. This is really nice for back pain. Okay, it's a very gentle movement. Again, take it nice and slow. Very gently releasing, bringing that awareness to the lower back. Remember to breathe in and out through the nose. Wide leg seated forward bend is another position, fantastic. The hot flashes, also insomnia, mid-evening waking as well, if we're waking up in the middle of the night. Great for depression, anxiety, relieving stress, all of these things. And just very slowly moving into a still position. So just finding your place, facing the side or leaning on the forehead. If leaning forward is too much, that's okay. We can still be coming up onto the forearms and the elbows, whatever is comfortable for you. And we can be moving these legs around as well. Okay, moving the position of the feet. Sometimes having the feet flat on the mat allows us to bend forward that we didn't have access to before. Make sure we're not holding the breath. Exhale and just release into the posture a little more. Just relax into it, collapse into it. And this is your practice. It doesn't matter how it looks, what anyone else thinks. This is about you being comfortable. And if you want to keep moving from side to side, releasing the lower back, the coccyx, releasing the spine. And on the next inhale, gently coming onto the fingertips, dropping yourself back up to seated position, removing your bolster, bringing the legs together, bending those knees. Okay. And then we are going to come in to our final position here. So just taking a few breaths here. Bringing awareness back to the body. Inhale. Following exhale, a quick body scan from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Being aware of any tension that's come up. Maybe you thought about something that was stressing you out, something, a worry. Where has that tension manifested in the body? Allow it to go. So now we're going to move into head to knee pose or Janusirsasana. So beginning in Tadasana, or seated staff pose, taking those legs out ahead of us. Again, our trusty bolster can be used or not used here. We're going to take the right foot to the inside of the left leg, okay? Now, usually, we would have the toes pointing up to the sky, the foot would be coming as close to the heel as possible. You can take this foot as far down as you like, and the left foot can relax, okay? In fact, everyone scrunch up your toes and let them go. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take our bolster and we're just going to place it gently between the two legs. Okay, so the foot is round about the middle here. Whatever is comfortable. If you need to take it out further, that's absolutely fine. We can also build this up with some cushions, blocks, whatever we have. And we're just going to fold over and make ourselves nice and comfortable here. This is Janusirsasana, or head to knee pose. Okay, I'm just finding a gentle rocking motion here. Slowing it down. Breathing in and out. Again, fantastic. For arthritis, osteoporosis, tightness in the lower back, the hips, the groin, the neck, the shoulders. In fact, the entire length of the spine will benefit from this. Just allow the hands to relax. Allow the toes to relax. Allow the eyes to softly close, to feel heavy and warm and relaxed. and move from side to side. And gently moving into stillness now. Just remembering to breathe. Inhale, following exhale. With extended leg, if that's too much, to keep that straight. Again, we can be using blocks and pillows underneath the knee, or we can even be bending that knee so that the foot is flat on the floor. Whatever's comfortable to you, we can be using blocks and pillows on the other side as well, especially if we have tight hips. This is a very relaxing and restorative posture, fantastic for high blood pressure, anxiety. Remember to smile, relaxing the face, the muscles of the face. And on the next inhale, gently bringing the body up, bringing the fingertips to either side of the hips, and placing both feet flat on the mat. Okay, so now we're going to change over sides. So we're going to extend that right foot out, and the left foot we're going to take in towards the bolster or our leg if we're not using a bolster. Okay, whatever works for you, whatever is comfortable. Again, we can have this knee bent, so the foot is here, or even just slightly bent with some support, okay? But we're not extending those toes up to the sky, we're relaxing them, and we can build a platform for that opposite knee. We don't have to extend all the way forward. We can come onto our forearms, just looking forward. We can take the head to the hands, resting on the hands, just allowing ourselves to relax and breathe. Exactly the same on this side as before. And you can find your comfortable position through rocking side to side, gently rocking, feeling the release of tension at the base of the spine, moving very slowly from side to side, releasing, relaxing, breathing, inhale, exhale. And finding a position of stillness. Let those thoughts go. And on the next inhale, slowly rolling that spine back up to seated position, soles of the feet flat on the mat. And we're going to take the bolster over to the side, and we're going to come back into Savasana. Okay, before Savasana, again, we can use the bolster, we can work with it or without it. So as before, placing it under the base of the spine or gently coming back onto the forearms, rolling back, extending those legs out. Again, if we have a bend, we can be using cushions and blocks underneath the knees for relaxation and comfort. Allowing chest, the heart to open. Breathing in, breathing out. And just relaxing. Turning to normal breathing. Bringing your awareness to the breath. Being aware of how you feel in your body. How much more open you feel. How much more relaxed you feel. Becoming aware of how much more relaxed your breathing has become. Become aware of the fresh oxygen coming into the heart space and the smile resting on your lips. Now you can stay in this position for as long as you wish, ladies. And we will be coming back in 10 minutes after the break. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.